Picture this. 1 year from today, celebrating massive achievements or drowning in regret, watching someone less talented living your dream. After studying 500 high achievers, I've identified the critical divide: success versus hesitation. Those waiting for perfect timing collect regrets. Those who act create opportunities. The illusion of time is your deadliest enemy. While you're planning, someone with half your potential is already winning through disciplined action. What I'm about to reveal isn't temporary motivation, but a battlefield-tested framework that transforms hesitation into unstoppable momentum, making self-improvement inevitable rather than optional. Look around at your peers. How many are trapped in someday syndrome, ambitious men who talk about dreams but never pull the trigger? Winners act while losers wait. The painful truth is that the difference between those who succeed and those who fail isn't talent or opportunity, it's that winners take action before they feel ready. Fear is a liar that whispers you're not prepared, creating an artificial threshold for action that keeps moving just beyond reach. Every excuse becomes a wait. I need more information. I'll start when I have more time. I'm waiting for the right opportunity, each one a mental prison built brick by brick. Meanwhile, the clock ticks. Your competition advances. Opportunities expire. The gap between your potential and your reality widens, not because you can't, but because you won't begin. The fundamental catalyst separating achievement from potential is immediate action, starting before you feel ready. This isn't impulsiveness, but calculated initiation. The action initiation protocol systematically dismantles hesitation through 3 interconnected principles. First, embrace the neurological reality that action generates clarity, not the reverse. Your brain solves problems through engagement, not contemplation. Elite military units operate on the 70% principle. They move with incomplete information and adjust in real time. This eliminates the paralysis of perfectionism. Identify your current stagnation point and take one substantive action today, even if imperfect. This creates an immediate cognitive shift from analysis to implementation, literally rewiring neural pathways for decisiveness. Second, adopt the build, don't wait mentality. Opportunities aren't discovered by passive observers, but created through value demonstration. Mark Cuban didn't wait for investment opportunities. He created businesses that generated them. High achievers understand that opportunities aren't distributed, they're manufactured. Apply this by performing at your target level before you're compensated for it. If seeking promotion, deliver that caliber of work now. This positions you as a creator of circumstances rather than a reactor to them. Finally, implement consequence architecture that makes action inevitable. Discipline without structural accountability fails predictably. Create immediate feedback loops through 1. Public accountability with specific timelines. 2. Financial stakes, where an action costs you tangibly. And 3. Daily scorecard systems that make progress or regression undeniable. This bypasses motivational fluctuations entirely, making disciplined action your default rather than your challenge. This protocol transforms the psychology of initiation from motivational struggle to systematic execution, the critical difference between perpetual preparation and actual achievement. Success isn't built on motivation's unpredictable surges, but on the bedrock of relentless consistency. Elite performers understand that waiting for inspiration creates fatal execution gaps. The neurological reality is stark. Consistent action physically rewires your brain through myelination, a process that coats neural pathways with insulating material after repetition, making disciplined behavior increasingly automatic. This explains why the initial resistance in any new regimen feels excruciating while continuation becomes progressively natural. The discomfort isn't weakness, but your brain's biological resistance to rewiring established neural circuits. Fear operates as your most sophisticated internal saboteur, disguising itself as rational caution. It manufactures compelling justifications that feel legitimate. I need more preparation. The timing isn't optimal. What if I fail? These aren't logical considerations, but fear's psychological defense mechanisms. High achievers aren't fearless. They develop systematic responses to fear that bypass deliberation entirely. They understand that fear is a liar holding them back from their potential. Implement the predetermined response protocol. Identify the specific physiological signature of resistance before critical actions, the stomach tightness, the sudden urge for distraction, and establish an automatic response pattern. Like elite military units executing drills under stress, you're training your nervous system to proceed through discomfort without internal negotiation. This conserves finite willpower and ensures execution regardless of emotional state. Engineer environmental triggers that make discipline the default setting. Restructure your physical space, digital ecosystem, and morning sequence to remove friction from productive behaviors while adding obstacles to distractions. This environmental architecture makes consistency semi-automatic, reducing the cognitive load required for sustained self-improvement. Every excuse shed becomes a weight lifted. Every disciplined action strengthens your resistance to mediocrity and accelerates your progression toward extraordinary achievement. The moment you commit to consistent action, something profound happens beyond mere progress. Your identity fundamentally transforms. This isn't motivational hyperbole, but neurological reality. Every decisive action creates a feedback loop that reinforces your self-image as someone who executes rather than hesitates. This identity shift becomes the ultimate momentum generator, creating a psychological state where taking action becomes easier than avoiding it. Elite performers understand that transformation through action isn't just about results. It's about becoming someone who finds an action more uncomfortable than effort. They've discovered that you don't need to change who you are to take action. Taking action changes who you are. The psychological mechanism behind this transformation is cognitive consistency. Your brain continuously seeks alignment between actions and identity. When you begin consistently acting like a disciplined person, your self-concept adjusts to maintain internal coherence. This explains why the hardest part of transformation is the initial action phase. You're fighting your established identity. However, once enough actions accumulate, your brain recategorizes you as someone who takes action, making discipline feel natural rather than forced. Most men attempt transformation backward, trying to feel different before acting differently. The actual sequence is reversed. Action precedes identity change, not the other way around. Implement micro-commitment architecture to accelerate this transformation. Break larger goals into daily actions so small they bypass resistance. Want to become exceptional at public speaking? Don't start with major presentations. Begin with daily 1-minute recordings. These micro-actions serve a dual purpose. They generate immediate results while simultaneously reconstructing your identity. Each small completion builds evidence that you're becoming the person you envision. The compounding effect is staggering. These micro-actions, performed consistently, generate exponential rather than linear progress. Breaking the cycle of hesitation requires understanding that if meaningful action isn't taken today, it likely never happens. 1 year from now, you'll either be celebrating progress or sitting in regret. The natural psychological tendency toward continuation means today's action or inaction predicts tomorrow's. This isn't pressure, it's liberation. The realization that this moment determines your trajectory gives you immediate control over your future self's reality. While others remain trapped in the someday cycle, you'll be building unstoppable momentum through immediate execution, transforming from someone who might take action into someone who inevitably does. Imagine the man you become through this transformation. Someone who acts decisively while others hesitate, who builds momentum as others wait for motivation. This isn't just about achieving specific goals. It's about fundamentally altering your relationship with action itself. The compound effect of consistent discipline over 12 months is staggering. While others remain trapped in the same patterns, you'll have accumulated hundreds of decisive actions, each building upon the last. Your confidence transforms from something you pursue to something you embody, the natural result of repeatedly demonstrating competence through action. You earn a level of self-respect that can't be faked or purchased, knowing you've conquered the internal resistance that defeats most men. Perhaps most valuable is the freedom you gain, no longer held hostage by untapped potential or the tyranny of procrastination. You become a man who creates opportunities rather than waits for them, who builds his future rather than hopes for it. This transformation ripples through every domain: career, relationships, physical achievement, creating a life of purposeful advancement rather than passive existence. Here's your challenge. For the next 14 days, implement this action protocol without exception. Not when it's convenient, not when you feel motivated. Every single day. While others contemplate change, you'll be creating it. Commit publicly in the comments below. Make yourself accountable. Because 1 year from today, you'll either look back at this moment as the catalyst that transformed your life or as another missed opportunity. Imagine yourself 365 days from now, Will you be celebrating the man you've become or regretting the man you could have been? The difference between those two futures begins with your decision right now. Your time is now. Stop waiting. Start winning. The only permission you need is your own. Take it.